Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parang Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Sahanao Avatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinao Adhitam Astu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Vamshi Vibhushita Karat Navaniradabat Pitambarat Arunabimba Faladharoshtat Purnendu Sundara Mukhat Aravinda Netrat Krishnat Param Kimapi Tatvamaham Najane. Okay, so we're doing story number 17. So we're moving quite along here. Page gotten this. I read the story in the original version, and I posted that verse on the. I posted it on the WhatsApp. So where is that? Did I leave it here? No, that's not it. I guess I cut it out. All right, never mind. Okay, so let's get started here. Chatwaraha Murkha Panditaha. So this is Chatwaraha. So this is the numbers, right? Counting. So Chatwaraha, this is the number 4. And it's masculine and it's plural. Of course, it's plural because it's number 4, but this is the masculine. So the neuter is Chatwari and the feminine is Chatasraha. So this is a bit of a number 4 and number 3 are a bit troublesome. Trayaha is the masculine, Trini is the neuter, and Tisraha is the feminine. So the numbers present a bit of a problem. So this is Chatwaraha, Murkha Pandita. This you can find these declensions are given in the appendix volume to the manual. We're going to do these. We're going to repeat these in class also at some point and go through those. All right, so let's have someone who's here today. Okay, we got 4 people here, 3 people here today. So let's start with Vinod Vani. You're on top of the page here. So we have Shyamantika, Harika. Let's see, if everybody else shows up today. We're getting smaller and smaller groups, as you could notice. I hope that some people are following online. But of course, it's a difficult thing to come every single day. But, people who are in the retired life, they can do so. Let's start with you, Vinod Vani. You read the whole paragraph, okay?
Okay. Kasminschit grame chatvaraha snehitaha asit. So Kasminschit, in some grame village, Chatvaraha, 4 snehitaha, friends. There were 4 friends in a certain village.
That's right. Keep going.
Tesham trayaha shastreshu parangataha. Okay, so teshu, of them, traya, 3 shastrashu, in shastra, parangataha, expert. 3 of them were expert in shastra.
Right.
Parantu, but buddhi rahitaha, but they were devoid of intelligence. Is that okay?
Yeah. Rahita. You can see
Okay.
that. That's in the 5th chapter of the manual. There we talk about words that mean without. So rahita, it means without. So without intelligence. So you can devoid of intelligence. Anything that any synonym of that applies in that way. Bereft of intelligence. However you are. Rahita means to be left. All right. So the buddhi was left behind.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Aparaha tu shastram kimapi na janati. So the other aparaha, but the other, janati, go to the verb, janati, did not know any shastra.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, parantu, but Buddhiman, he was intelligent.
There you go. Okay, Samantika, the next one.
Can I ask a question first?
Yeah, sure.
Parangataha, how it can be,
Okay, so
how it was knowledgeable or something.
This is what we've learned about compound words. And I didn't do this, and I have to include it in the manual somewhere, because there's another kind of compound that I didn't mention. Like most of the time when we do compounds, they don't have the vibhakti in them. But there are a few compounds, and I suppose that it comes from just, 2 words being joined together so frequently that habitually it becomes a single word. But like if you take something like Yudhishthira, right? So Yudhishthira, Yudhi is actually a Saptami vibhakti, right? So Sthira, Yudhi, Sthiraha. So to be steady in battle, that's what Yudhishthira means. But there you have the 2 words have been put together, but Yudhi is in the 7th case. Another example is parampara. So param is an accusative case, and para, so para, param, one, so you have one in the nominative case, let's say, and one in the accusative case, indicating a relationship between the words, one and the other. One, so parampara means one giving one to the other. And the other one is parasparam. Parasparam is similar to parampara, but it's parasparam is also means paras, that's the nominative case, and param is the accusative case, so it's one to another. Anyonyam is another one. Anyaha, anyam, that one to another. But at any rate, parangataha, so param is the accusative case, and gataha means going, right? Gone. So gone, and param is the other side. So gone to the other side. So what is it? Gone to the other side, it comes to mean expert, or to know, the one who is fully versed, or is, well versed, or is, has accomplished, that kind of thing. He's gone to the other side. He's crossed over the ocean of a particular field of knowledge, and so he's become expert in it. So that's param. So you have param, jigamishor, api, like bhavasagarasya. So param is the other side. Okay?
Yes, clear. So it means that parampara and paraspara, they have same meaning?
No, they don't have exactly the same. They don't have the same meaning, but they almost have the same meaning in terms of their formation, right? Because param, para, and paras, param. So if you take paraha, param, so paras param, the S there is actually a visarga. So paraha, param. So then you have that means one to another, right? One is nominative and the other one is accusative. So parasparam, one to the other. It's the same as anyonyam. It's exactly the same. Anyaha, anyam. Right? So anyonyam means mutually, right? So one to the other. So anyonyam marayati, they kill each other or they hit each other, right? Anyonyam dandayati, anyonyam prinati. So one person is loving another, one person is hitting another. So mutual or one another. It's the same thing, one another, one another. One is the subject and another is the object. But
yes, but parampara is the same. So what's the difference?
Well,
Only place in the...
Well, it's probably parampara. I'm not quite sure because that parampara, obviously, it's a feminine word. Whereas parasparam is used mostly as an adverb, right? Parasparam, to do something mutually. That's what parasparam is. Whereas parampara is a noun. So it means, and it's a feminine noun. So if it's a feminine noun, that means it probably was attached. It was probably an adjective attached to some other noun before. And then it split off and became independent, but I'm not quite sure what. Well, why don't I excuse me, I just turned off my my browser, but let me put this back on here. Do I have the screen? I don't think I did.
Yes, yes, we see the screen. At least I see.
Okay. Let's just see what it says here for this.
I mean, I see the story, but not
okay,
the
all right,
browser.
yeah, all right. So now let me just make it a new. Now, do you see Monia Williams?
Yes.
So he doesn't say. Yeah, he doesn't say here what it's connected to. So parampara, an uninterrupted row or series. So one after the other, I guess, is what it comes to. But paramparaya, by tradition, indirectly. So it's often used to mean indirectly, that you don't get something directly, but you hear it from another person, right? So you by succession of hearing something that's indirect. You know, you're not getting it directly from the person, but you're getting, it's like a secondary source or like hearsay. But I'm not going. But I think it probably started out as an adjective for something else. But a series, so shreni or something. A shreni is feminine. But I'm not sure what it was originally modifying. Okay. Shall we go back?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Now you read.
Okay. Ekada te chintitavantaha. Once they thought de shantaram gatva maharajasya purataha asmakam pandityam pradarshya dhana sampadanam karaniyam iti. Okay. So having gone to some other country or place.
Yeah.
Purataha. So something of some king, Maharajasya.
Okay.
Purataha.
Yeah. So Purataha here is like a post position, right? And it means in front of, right? So before some king, right? But it's like Purataha. You have Pura also, but Purataha, it could mean of time, or it could mean of place. It's like Agre, right? You could have had Agre like that.
Okay. So before a king or the king, maybe of that particular country, Pradarshya.
Pradarsha, okay, this Pradarsha, that Pradarsha is coming from the causative of Drish, right? So Darshanam, so Pradarshanam, Darshayati. So display is like a Pradarshanam is an exhibition or a display. So displaying, so after displaying, so we have here's one gerund, here's another gerund.
I see, okay. Now clear. So having shown our expertise.
Our what? Our pandityam.
Yeah,
Oh,
expertise.
Okay, expertise. Okay, so I heard
Expertise.
exercise. Okay. Our learning, our scholarship.
I'm trying to see, so Karaniyam, so it's also something which should be done.
Yes.
So so I guess that we are going to be rich, something like this.
Okay, well, yes, sampadanam is also causative, right? So we know the word sampad or sampatti. So sampad is riches or wealth, but it means an accumulation, really, a collecting. Sampad, bringing things together. So sampadanam, so I think this is, we should earn, I think it would be sampadanam, we should earn or collect money, right? We should gather up riches. Let's see what
Okay.
it's coming from the causative, right? From the.
But causative can be without ya somehow. Maybe I forgot.
Let's see, procuring, bestowing, accomplishing, carrying out, the act of procuring or bestowing, bringing about, carrying out, accomplishing, effecting, making, like that. So we should get some money here. That's the idea. I don't think that we could, go too far with that, but we should gather some money. So gadhana sampadam karaniyam. So basically, sampadanam is a verbal noun. If you're following the manual, this is what we're going to be doing. I think it's already next week, and I think it comes up in 2.2. Or anyway, it's coming up soon in the second chapter of the manual. So it's coming up very soon in the regular classes. We'll talk about verbal nouns and constructions using kri dhatu and a verbal noun. So dhana sampadanam karoti, or dhana sampadanam here would be kurmaha, or karishyamaha, right? Because they want to say, so he could have put here dhana sampadanam karishyamaha, or he could have put it, if you want to put it in vidhi ling, because this is, generally speaking, the potential participle is vidhi ling, right? So this is a passive construction. He doesn't have it. It means asma bihi, right? So the subject here is asma bihi. So asma
By
bihi.
us.
Yeah, so deshantaram gatva maharajasya purataha asmakam pandityam pradarsha dhana sampadanam karaniyam. Or, so here we could have said, or karishya. So if we put it in the active voice, vayam, Deshantaram gatva Maharajasya Purataha Asmakam Pandityam Pradarsha Dana Sampadanam Karishyamaha or Kuryama. Right? If you put it in Kuri, it could be Kuryama if you put it in Vidiling. Okay, so this is a passive construction here, but we don't have the subject. The subject is supposed to be Asmabihi. Keep going.
Evam chintayitva te deshantaram prastitaha. So thinking this way, they entered that another country.
No, prastitaha means set off, right? Right. So I gave this example the other day. It was in I think a couple of days ago in the manual, right? We did Krishna vanam prati prastitaha or pratishtati, right? So vanam prati pratishtati. So pratishtati, prastanam.
Yes.
So the word prastanam means departure, right? Or to leave for something. You also, so it's prastanam. I guess how does it go? Well, it's tishtati. It has movement in it. So it's not like tishtati usually means standing still. But prastanam has some idea of leaving one place to go for another. So we usually translate it as set off. They set off or they departed for, like that. Okay?
Yes.
So that's pratishtasi. Hari Haraji, are you there?
Yes.
You want to try?
Yeah, I can try. Okay.
Is anybody else?
From Marge, right?
Yeah, from Marge, yes.
I will need some help because I am not like fresh, but I'll try. Okay. Margete ekasya mritasimhasya ashtini drishtavantaha. So in the way they saw the bones of Mitrasimha. I don't know what is Mitrasimha.
Oh, no, it's not Mitra, it's Mrita. So Mrita means?
Dead.
And Singha?
Lion.
Yeah, dead lion. So they saw the bones. Yeah, so you remembered the bones, eh? So Asti, notice this, Asti is a bit of a rare one. It's an Ikaranta in Kliblinga. So Asti, and then two bones would be Astini. And then the plural is Astini. So we didn't really do that one, but we'll be doing that. I think this on the next week. This is actually coming up this week. We'll be doing this declension because we're going to be doing inkaranta. So inkaranta verbs, inkaranta nouns follow the similar declension to the ikaranta kliblinga ones. So marge tu ekasya mrita singhasya asti. So keep going there. Tada prathamaha.
Tada pratamaha, them first. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, go next.
Uktavan, then they spoke.
Well, no, the first one. Because there's four of them, right? Chaturshu panditeshu, chaturshu brahmaneshu prathamaha uktavan.
So like then the first spoke. Bho muhyadaha.
No.
Suhridaha. Sorry. Bho suhridaha. Asmakam vidyayaha pariksham kartum evaha utamaha. Sorry, eshaha utamaha avasaraha. So, oh friend, I got that one. What is parikshnan?
Come on, pariksham, that one you should get. I know I haven't been giving enough parikshas in this in my Sanskrit classes. This is the thing, you have to, there's a shloka, it says, aparikshitam gyanim, I'll have to find that verse. It says that knowledge that hasn't been tested is no knowledge at all. So this is why you have to have tests in a course. And I don't give tests because I'm too lazy to correct your exams. But
So
so pariksha is to test. So the pariksham asmakam vidyayah pariksham kartum.
So to test our knowledge,
Yes, that's right.
Esha Utamaha Avasaraha. I actually don't have Avasaraha.
Abasaraha, does anybody know? Has anybody got that vocabulary list? We should have a vocabulary. I should have that file open. I made a vocabulary.
Opportunity.
Opportunity, yes, an opportunity. So this is the
So
this
is
is
the
like,
best opportunity to test our knowledge.
that's right.
Okay, should I continue?
Yeah, just finish the paragraph.
Okay, Bayam etam simham jivasahitam karavan. So, simham karavan simhas.
So Karavama, what's anybody recognize Karavama? What's that?
When like to do, like we need to do.
Yes,
Us?
yeah. So this is a lot, huh? This is the imperative. So we
Yeah.
must.
Like we must jivasahitam. We must help the life of this lion.
Yeah, well, you're thinking sahitam is sahayam, but this is not got anything to do with helping. It just means sahitam means with. So we're making a compound.
Oh yeah.
So we must make this lion with life, right?
We
So
should revive this life. Something.
So we'll bring him back to life. That's what it means. We'll make this lion with life.
Okay,
Right?
like we should revive this lion. We must
That's right.
revive this.
We're gonna revive this lion. We're gonna bring this lion back to life. So they're pretty. They got some pretty good knowledge there. Larali, next one.
Anantaram saha simhasya.
Sorry, just scrolling a little bit there. Go ahead.
Anantaram saha simhasya astini yogyena kramena yojitavan.
Okay, so we're getting a little bit more complicated sentences here.
Thereafter,
Yes.
the lion.
No, he.
He. Oui. Simhasya, yeah. He. Something.
Well, go to the verb. So do you know this verb? Yojitavan.
Yojitavan.
So nearly everybody knows about yuj dhatu, meaning because of yoga,
yoga.
right? So we say, what do we say? So yoga means to bring things together, right? So yojitavan, so that's a causative. So actually yoga is a causative to make things come together, right? So in some forms it turns to ga, and some forms it stays in niyaja. So yojitavan is causative, to make, come together, or to arrange, to put things in the, to assemble, because they're taking the bones were lying there. So they had to put all the bones together so that they could make it back into a lion.
Krama is order.
Yes.
So
And
we
yogya,
should.
and remember, do you know what yogya is? So yogya, so that's also coming from the same root, but it's quite a different meaning. So remember yogya? Have you seen yogya? I think we've had that. Oh, in the Bhagavad Gita course.
Опа.
No?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so yogya is appropriate or proper. You can now try.
And
Oh,
so we will try to assemble in the appropriate manner all the bone of this lion.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So this is actually yojana. So you take a noun in the feminine form, yojana, And that's usually what this is, there's a Shabda Yojana. So we've talked about Anvayaha, right? You know the word Anvayaha, put in the proper word order.
Yeah.
But also you can also say Yojana, Shabda Yojana. And I think I think that word did come up in one of the commentaries where he's talking about that Iti Yojana, that he says that instead of saying Iti Anvayaha, he says Iti Yojana, because a Yojana of the words means Yogena Kramena Yojana. Like to put the words in the proper order. So here it's the bones in the proper order, but you can have words in the proper order as well. Continue, please.
Dvitiya, the second, Tatra, Ratamam, Sajamardikam, Samyojitavan. So the second, Tatra there, the verb Samyojitavan, so to assemble.
That's right, assembled,
Yeah.
okay, good. Or he added to it, so you could say Yojitavan might also mean adding something, right? You put something else on.
Yeah, because there is some, so.
Well, there's no, so what's he adding? What did he put on? He added there.
He added there rakta, blood? No.
Okay, so just here you got a bit of a problem because of the sandhi here. There's no sandhi. This is a compound word, but it's a dvandva samasa. So it's just listing things, right? A dvandva samasa means just to list stuff. So rakta, you know rakta?
Blood? Rakta?
Yes. Blood, mangsa.
Muscle?
Okay. And charma?
This I don't know in Ayurveda.
Charma means the skin.
Okay.
Right? Or charma can also mean leather, right? So you talk about, like if it's depending on the animal, but charma is often used to mean leather. But in this case, it means the skin or the outer layer. Charman, if I'm not mistaken, charman is also ankaranta neuter, like karman. All right, charmana. The third person singular will be charmana. Okay, so he added the blood. His blood was lying around. It was difficult to collect the blood of a dead animal, but anyway, the monk said he put the rest of the body. I mean, at any rate, let's just not ask any questions. We'll just keep going here. Tell us what the third person did.
Tritiya yada tasya jivadhanam kartum udyuktaha tada shastrigyanarahitaha chaturtaha uktavan.
Okay, that's up to there.
Yeah.
So it's a yada tada, right? So you this is two halves. There's a comma here after udyuktaha, right? You got yada and tada.
So the third one, tasya jivadhanam kartum, he added something, he did something to this.
Okay, no. Okay, hold on. So like here, so when the third one, so here you have a past participle udyuktaha. So the tritiya is going with udyuktaha. So udyuktaha, we've had this a couple of times. Anybody else remembers? Even if Larli doesn't, Vinodvani, you must know.
Ready.
Yeah, ready or prepared or was about to do something, right? So when he was about to make the jiva danam, the giving of life,
bring back the life, yeah,
of this tasya here means the lion. Okay, then what happened?
Then the fourth one, Shastra Gyan. It has something to do with scriptures and knowledge?
Yes, and what's the rahitaha? So we had this already once earlier in the earlier sentence. Were you here at the very beginning? I think that was
No, yeah, I mean, no, I missed the beginning of the class.
okay, so rahita means, rahita was one of those words that means without, or to be without something.
Yeah,
But
I
the
was
fourth,
there.
there were 4 pundits, and the first 3 they had knowledge but no intelligence, and the fourth one he has intelligence but no knowledge. So that's the
Yeah.
Shastra Jnana Rahita. He is without any knowledge of scripture. He's out with knowledge. He doesn't have a book burning. So you have 2 kinds of people. You have people who have book learning and people who have natural intelligence. And in the verse there, this is, well, we'll see it in a minute. You go ahead, do what did he say?
No, but the fourth one who was said, Bho Yadi Eshaha Simha Jivinaha
Jivitaha.
Jivitaha Bhavet Tarhi Hasman Marayet. Oh, this lion, Yadi, what's Yadi?
Yadi, you don't remember Yadi?
May life come back to our lion, to this lion?
Okay, well, you have to say it in the right way. So if this lion should become, right? So Babet is vidiling, so it's using in the possibility. So if this lion should become living,
Living, okay.
then
Then we.
No, that's us. Asman is the accusative case.
We may have to kill him.
No. It's still, the subject is still the lion. So Esha Singha, Asman, this is us. He would kill us. Right? Got it? The subject is still the lion. So it says if this lion is again, should this lion again become alive, then Tarhi, it would Mariate kill Asman, us. It will kill us. So do the last one.
Ataha tasya jivadanam na karaniyam iti. Ataha tasya jivadanam na karaniyam. So,
well, you remember Karaniyam? Which part? What do you know and what don't you know? Which words do you know? Which words do you don't know?
I don't know. I would like to say so. Let's not bring him to life. But
yes, therefore we should not bring him to life. Therefore, so Karaniyam. So here there's no subject, but he says Asmabihi or Twaya. Because he's talking to one voice, or Yushmabihi, by you. So whichever subject we use here, it should not be done. You can put it just like that it should not be done by anyone, kenapi, by no one. So ataha tasya jivadanam nakaraniyam. His giving, the giving of life. So danam is also a verbal noun, right? So this is again a question of the kri dhatu being used with a verbal noun. Right, so da is the dhatu, and we make a verbal noun out of it by adding nam. All right, na plus the neuter endings, akaranta neuter endings. So danam. So dana means a donation. So you see on the boxes in Vrindavan in front of the temples, you know, you see a big box with dana written on it. It means that you giving means give here, give the money here, put the charity here. Dana can also mean charity, right? In the Bhagavad Gita, it's the different kinds of dana. So the giving of life should not be done for this lion. Okay, thank you very much, Larali. Brajakishori, do the next one.
Tada tritiyah uktavan murkha maya api mama vidyaya pariksha karaniya asti. The third one said, "O fool, so Maya will be either by me or made of."
No. It's only by the first choice there. The second choice that you have, that made of choice, that's only goes in compound words. You can only put it, it's a suffix that goes on to the end of another word. So if I say,
so
Krishna,
tritiya.
Radha Krishna Maya, Radha Krishna Maya, Mayi Prokta. So right, this Radharani is Krishna Mayi, that she's full of Krishna, or she's made of Krishna, that kind of thing. But it's only, you only put it at the end of another word. It can't stand by itself. If it stands by itself, it doesn't mean that. Maya, like the demon Maya.
So that means.
So Maya is only by me. So you get that one. That's an important distinction there.
So by also by my vidyayaha, by my knowledge, pariksha, the test, by my knowledge, the test is done.
Okay, you got to go. We have to. So look at this now. So in this sentence, this is the subject, Maya. Right? This is the natural subject in the Tritiya Vibhakti. And so what is the verb? The verb here is, it is to be done.
Asit.
So by me, it is to be done. The asti doesn't really matter here very much, because whether it was there or not, right? So karaniya asti, so must be done. What must be done? So this is going pariksha, because this is feminine, right? So pariksha, so the test must be done. So by me, the test must be done of my knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yeah, so my knowledge I must test my knowledge. I must also test my knowledge.
Oh, so this is 6.
Okay, you follow it? Sarve
Yes.
avagachanti. I hope everybody's getting it. This is the simple passive sentence. Go ahead.
Ataha aham jivadanam karomi eva iti. Therefore I will karomi, I will, or I'm bringing life, I guess, into him.
So here the Eva, so he's saying,
Also.
I'm going to, so well, the Eva here means he's going to definitely do it. I am definitely giving him life, that's like, so he's determined to give the life to that animal. Okay, Malati. Are you there? Nasti, Malati, Pamupastita, Upatishtasi.
Sorry,
you were in the kitchen cooking.
Exactly. No, I just got the boga. Okay. So where are we?
Your last this paragraph here, last paragraph.
Tada chaturdaha tarihi bhavan ekam kshanam tishtantu. So then the fourth one said, then please, then just stay here for a moment.
Yeah, so here tishtatu. So tishtatu is an interesting word. It can mean stop, but in this particular, it's like ruko, right? You say ruko in Hindi. So here it says, everybody, you've heard ruko, I'm sure, right? When you get on the rickshaw, you say ruko, right? So, and then if you want him to stay there for a few minutes, he says 5 minutes ruko, right? So here, ekam kshanam, here, just wait for a minute, right? This is what he's saying. Then please wait for a minute. Right, you got it?
Yeah.
Tishtatu, I mean, it means stay here for a minute, but you could, it's this serving the function of the word wait.
Wait.
Keep going.
Aham riksham arohami iti. Uktva ekam vriksham arudavan. So I will climb on a tree.
Yeah,
And saying this, he climbed up on the tree.
that's right. So arudhavan, so arohami is the present tense. This is a first class verb. Prathama, it's like bhuadi. So arohami. But here in the past participle, arudha. So we have that one in the Gita, right? With arurukshor muner yogam karma karanam uchyate yoga rurhasya tasyaiva shamah karanam uchyate. So arurha, one who is who's yoga rurha, you have that word coming up, one who is climbed up on the path of yoga. So this arurhavan, he climbed up the tree. Continue on then. If anybody has a question at the end of each sentence, you get the chance to ask your questions. Tritiyaha.
Tritiyaha singhasya jivadanam kritavan. So the third one did the reviving of the lion.
That's good.
Tada sa jivanam gataha saha singh sa jivatam gataha saha singha trin api panditam maritavan tripna tataha nirgatyaha triptyaha tataha nirgatyaha cha. So then the lion who had been revived, or who had come back to life, killed the 3 pandits. And satisfied, he left from there.
That's right. So here, so this is a very important kind of expression here in Sanskrit. This idea of having the abstract noun with gum, right? So gataha, he went to the being with lifeness, right? So the tam is the ness part, or right? So with lifeness, he went. So this kind of expression is used a lot in Sanskrit, that you take an abstract noun and you use with gum. So he went to, let's say, for instance, is buddhimatam gataha. Right? So he went, or bhaktimattam gataha. So he went to having devotion. So he became a devotee. You could say that he was bhaktatam gataha. He became a devotee. So he went to the quality of being a devotee. Right? So this is a very common type of expression that comes up in Sanskrit a lot. So you have to know that one clearly. So you recognize it here, that sajivatam. So this is not a verb, or this is an abstract noun. You can see this, I think this is in probably, is it chapter 7, chapter 8? I don't know, it's in the manual, near the end of the manual. But it's a very important thing to know. Okay, and so then the trin, this is the accusative case of tri, right? I just mentioned that, right? So you have these words. Trayaha is the nominative plural. Well, they're all plural, right? Trayaha is the nominative, and trin is the accusative in the masculine neuter. But the neuter, I mean, in the masculine accusative, the plural in the neuter plurative would be trini. But here it's masculine, trin, and in the feminine it would be tisraha or tisraha. All right, Amaritavan triptya. So this is tritiya vibhakti here. So with satisfaction, from there, he left, or he went out. Nirgata usually means to go out. So he left out, he left that place, he took off. Lucky lion. Not only does he get brought back to life, he gets to eat three pundits. All right, read the last one.
Anantaram Chaturthaha Vrikshataha Avatirya Gramam Agatavan. So then the fourth one climbed down from the tree and came back to the village.
That's right. So avatirya, is the same word as avatara. The root for this one is tri, long ri, avatri. So avatirya. From the tree, vrikshataha, it's got that tas suffix there that makes it a panchami vibhakti. So from the tree, coming down, he went to the village. All right, I think we have one left, one more. I think Vrajvinodni, we'll start back with you, unless there's somebody new here that I didn't catch.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Ataha panditaha vadanti. Therefore, pandits say, Vijayaha apekshya buddhihi eva garishasi iti.
Agariyasi.
Gariyasi. Therefore, they say, intelligence is definitely better than learning.
That's right. So vijaya apekshaya. So apekshaya here. Apekshaya is being used. Apeksha means than. It's just adding to the. It's vidyayaha apekshaya. Yeah, vidyaya apeksha just means it's kind of just adding to the ablative sense here, even though it's tritiya vibhakti. Let's see what the other one says. Gariyasi is the we just saw this gariyasi in the Gita. Remember yesterday we're doing Bhagavad Gita. Nachaitad vidmah katarana no gariyo. Right. So gariyas, that's gariyo, was gariyas in the neuter. So gariyasi is the feminine form. Gariyas, that's the neuter form. So nachaitad vidmah katarana no gariyo. We do not know which is better, or which is more important. Gariya is really from guru. It comes it's guru gariyas, or guru gariyan. We sometimes see gariyan is the masculine nominative singular. So gariyasi, bhaktir bhuyasi. There's a lot of other words that have this same kind of form. Well, that's that. Let's just go and see if let's have a look at the original version here. Do we have time for that? I thought it was interesting. Looking at these is a bit interesting. Some things get left out, right? So we had, but the verse that comes at here, this is the way it starts here. So this is, I'm sorry that I only have it but I sent this onto our group there, our WhatsApp group. Here, varang buddhir nasa vidya, vidyaya buddhiruttama, buddhihino vinashyanti yatate singhakarakaha. All right, so now let's see if you can do that one. Vinodvani, try read it again, and now see if you can translate that.
You're saying the shloka?
Yeah.
Okay. Varam buddhir nasa vidya, vidyaya buddha uttama, buddhihingho vinashyanti, yatate.
Oh, wait a minute, there's a mistake here. Should be buddhivihina, right? This is buddhihino, doesn't make sense here. Yeah, it has to be it has to agree with the verb, right? So it's vinashyanti, so this is plural, and the subject was in the singular, so that was a mistake. Sorry, go ahead.
Buddhihingna vinashyanti, yatate singhakadakaha. So, well, I'll go to the end of the line. Buddhi, intelligence is better, best than knowledge.
Well, here knowledge, not knowledge, it's learning. Let's call it learning, okay? Because
Than learning. But what do we do at the front of the sentence?
All right, so
Um,
that's good. So that's why I wanted to point it out, because we do have, we're talking about this word baram, right? So that I think this is also in the later chapters of the book. I mean, the first 2 chapters of the manual is really the basics, and then you start to get into like a bit more complicated stuff in the second half of the manual. But varam, so varam means better. Varam deva mokshang na mokshavadhingva. I'm doing this because in the course I mentioned that, right? Varang deva moksham na mokshavadhingva. Nachanyang vrineham vareshada piha. So that's if you look at that verse from the Dhammadarashtakam, he says varam deva moksham na mokshavadhing varam deva moksham na moksha. The na is important. Anyway, here so it's usually when you have a varam, when you have a sentence that begins with varam, right? Varam huta vahajwala panjaranta vyavastiti. There he says the varam, better this than something else. So I said I would choose better. I would choose. It's got something to do with this. Better to choose intelligence and not learning. Varang buddhir nasa vidya. Vidyaya buddhir uttama. Intelligence is better than knowledge, or intelligence is better than learning. And then keep going.
Buddhihina, without intelligence, vinashanti. I assume it means to perish or something.
Yes, good.
Yata, just as, well, the Singha.
Okay, so here we had Singha Karakaha. So it's a bit of an interesting word there, because there's the makers of the lion. So these guys, they're making a lion, right? They're putting a lion. It's like Frankenstein. This is the same as the Frankenstein monster, right? So the Dr. Frankenstein, he took all the pieces of a human body and put it all together, sewed it up, and made the Frankenstein's monster. And then that monster ended up being a destructive thing, right? So you let the genie out of the bottle type of thing. So if you may have a lot of intelligence, but if you let the genie out of the bottle, then it can be very destructive. So you have to. I mean, if you can have a lot of learning and know how to do something, but if you're not smart, you do something that's stupid with all your knowledge, and that can cause destruction. That's what he's saying. You can say this is a metaphor for human civilization. You could say we're very proud of our knowledge, but is it really intelligence? What's real intelligence, right?
Yeah.
But
I was just going to say one thing.
Yes.
That's a very straightforward shloka, and I'm looking at the rest coming down. It's very straightforward, present tense, stuff like that. I noticed the reader that we're reading, they're starting to use more causative and passive constructions, causative infinitives in the next story coming up, and it's getting harder because of this unusual construction for me. Okay, well, yes, unfortunately, you will have, this is, I've given yes, I put a lot of importance to this because of course, this comes up in the 5th chapter of the manual, when we start really doing the passive voice and start to do the past participles and everything, so it's a super important part of Sanskrit syntax and so on. So we really have to know that. So yeah, so we'll talk. Maybe what we can do is in the next class. I don't know how long it is. Let's see. Let's have a look how long that one is. Oh, it's only 1 page. Okay, so if there's more of those, what I'll do next week is that we'll go over the we'll go over those. We'll just have a look at the manual a little bit and look at the instrumental and passive constructions a bit, so that we get that more. But in this week, in the manual, this week we'll be doing the verbal nouns with the verb to do,
So that's, we're seeing those, like we had all these karaniyam, all these karaniyams and kritavanta, kritavan. So those are all belong to the same class of construction, right? Nakimapi janati. All right, well, I think that's our time already. My God, it goes by quickly. Well, that's good. If the time goes by quickly, that means we're having fun, right?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please do.
From that shloka we have read from the original, sa vidya, it is like a definite article, sa, that knowledge, or how?
Yeah, so what is, yeah, so that's a good question. I was also looking at that. So nasa vidya. So so not that knowledge. So he's referring to some other kind of knowledge here. You know, what exactly, why that sa is there? It probably has something to do with what was said before in the context of this previous story. So I didn't really look at that. Let's just look at the previous paragraph. Tat shrutvaso tam vigarhayan idamaha bho nishidhastvam mayanekasho nashanosi me vakyam tat kim kriyate vidyavanapi kulinopi vasuto buddhi rahitosi atava sadvidam uchyate. So he's saying, I've forbidden you many times, but you don't listen to me. You don't listen to what I say. Nishidhas, nishidha means to be stopped, right? Twam, you have been forbidden by me, maya, anekasho, many times. Na shrunosi me vakyam, you do not hear my words. Tat krim kriyate, so what can be done? Vidyavan, you have not vidyavanapi kulinopi vasute buddhi rahitosi. You have knowledge. You are, even though you are learned, and even though you are from a good family, kulinopi, vastuto, factually speaking, you are without intelligence. So, atava, and so, he's using atava in a particular way here. Sadhuidam uchyate. So it's said, or it is said correctly. And so he's going on to the savidya. So that not so well. I'm not. The actual use of sa here is I'd have to think a little bit more about it. He's not referring to that, but that knowledge, better to have intelligence and not that knowledge, and not learning, because intelligence is better than learning. A person,
maybe it's meant that not that foolish bookish knowledge.
well, it's not, I mean, the knowledge might not be foolish. The knowledge might be good, but it's, if you just have knowledge, but you don't have intelligence, then the application is, you misapply the knowledge. So, you can say it's like letting the genie out of the bottle. That's one expression that's used, or opening Pandora's box. So here he's saying, I'm telling you not to do it. I've told you many times, but you're not smart enough to listen to me. Right? So what's the use? You may have a lot of, but a little learning is a dangerous thing. One of the favorite expressions that you hear. And alpa buddhi, what is it? Alpa buddhi, there's something, alpa buddhi, there's one says alpa buddhi with this alpa buddhi. Anyway, time is up. I wanted to do one more thing, but we have no more time for that. But that was good. Any other questions? All right then. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Purnam madah purnam idam, purnat purnam udachyate, purnasya purnamadaya purnam eva vashishyate. Sarveshang swastir bhavatu, sarveshang shantir bhavatu, Sarveshang Purnang Bhavatu, Sarveshang Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.